This is a
Squad. What's up? What's up?
That ball is belted. Welcome in Carlos Gomez. Hello. Goodbye.
Oh man, yeah. We rockin' now for real. Yeah. BS3 Sports. Okay. Sports news, get it first when you're getting off of work. Even when you're at work, acting like you're working hard when you're hardly working. I'm a maverick like Dirk, getting Franklin's like Kirk. Hold up, boy. X-Squad, you don't know them boys? Being talking facts on every topic. Overall, we just talking noise, just being boys. Covering Texas sports in them tall hills. That with the fake pass over to Elliott. Better guard your grills like a car for real. Yeah, Cowboys gonna bring a bowl back, Lord willing. Yeah, Mavericks gonna bring a ring back with Mark in it. We live sports, we talk sports, we dream sports, we eat sports. The teacher about to teach the course. Welcome to BS3 Sports. Gross. Oh man, yeah.
Welcome to the weekend wrap-up show. Ready to get this thing off and popping. Shout out to Miss Mocha Bella. Shout out to Jay Fish in the building. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Got a little bit of a late start, but we in here. We're talking Pro Football Hall of Fame. Also, we got more NFL news and notes. We also have Major League Baseball. We got UFC from this weekend. We got NBA. We got Big Three. We got NFL. Also, we got the Benny Awards to the top performers of the weekend. You can also put those in there as well. The weekend wrap-up show, episode 139. Hate has no place. Hate has no place. I want to start off the show by talking about what happened in El Paso and also Dayton. And there was a statement by 45, who is the president of these United States. And his comment was, hate has no place in these two U.S. Mass shootings. But the one thing I have to say about that is, and I don't get political on this show too often, but this gentleman is helping to spew this hate. So for him to say that hate has no place, to me, really makes no sense coming out of his mouth. It doesn't make any sense at all, because what you're doing is actually helping to fuel this hate. What you're doing is helping to produce more hate. And I don't understand how he can clearly not understand that or see that. But this was a sad moment, sad affair, sad situation for the people. Shout out to Ced Galloway in the building. But for the people involved, the people's lives that were lost, this is not something peaceful. This is not something joyful. We don't want to have to talk about these things. But frankly, these things are going on. They're going on in our country, and it's not fair to the victims that are involved with this. It's not fair to them. They're living their lives like regular people, and something to this magnitude happens to them. It breaks my heart. It really does, because it's not. They were just living their lives, being normal, and somebody comes in and decides to take their lives. And no one is God. Only God is God. So taking someone's life, which you don't have the right to do, is to me uncalled for and out of order. So rest in peace to all the people in El Paso, in Dayton. We're talking in upwards of 20, I believe, people that were killed. And again, that is not fair to them. That is sickening. It's sad. But for the president of the United States to say hate has no place, I had to talk about this. I could not let this go on without me talking about this. Shout out to Ced Galloway if I didn't say that already. But you're helping to produce this hate. So that if you saying hate has no place, but you're fueling this, and people saying that they're helping you out, to me that's a problem. That's a problem. So I completely saddened. Rest in peace, like I said, to everyone in these areas. That's not fair what happened to them. And they shouldn't have lost their lives, in my opinion. They shouldn't have. So rest in peace to all of those people involved. And it's just uncalled for. It's a blanketed act at someone or at a certain group of people that do not deserve it. They do not deserve it. That is not their fault or their issue or something that should happen to them, while they're just living their lives, shopping at a grocery store. That's not fair to them. And the lives have been lost, numerous lives. So rest in peace. Prayers. Shout out to Tiffany Sports and Hills. Thank you for coming in. And that's why I named the show Hate Has No Place, because if he's going to say that, actually mean it. Because what you do and the things that you say, it doesn't add up to that statement. So again, rest in peace to those people involved this weekend. On to NBA talk. We got some of the Christmas Day matchups that were released, which I think are going to be very entertaining. Shout out to Vince Wright, sports governor, in the building. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be coming on Sports Done Right tomorrow evening, talking Cowboys, giving you guys some camp updates and what's going on. Mocha Bella says, I don't believe anything that comes out of 45's mouth. I agree with you right there. Also, Mocha put Benny Award, the microwave, and Georgia Peach winning the 2019 Spades Championships. Definitely. 100% shout out to them. I was watching some of the videos. I know it gets rowdy, especially when you're playing spades. Normally it produces arguments, but I didn't see any punches thrown. I didn't see any blood shed. So it must have been as cordial as possible. But spades is that type of game where it can get heated. Benny Award to the youth of the AAU Track and Field Championships for kids 8 and under. 17 who combined broke 24 national records and 1 world youth record. Giving it up for these young, amazing kids and future stars. Shout out to them as well. Also, a Benny Award to North Carolina A&T for hosting this event. Big ups to them for snagging that as an official venue, 100%. And going back in my history a little bit, I wanted to go to A&T. I did. I don't know why. I can't remember now why I ended up choosing Morehouse, but I ended up going to Morehouse instead of North Carolina A&T. That would have been close to me or to a lot of my family. I got family in Hickory, North Carolina, if anybody's familiar with that area. But it was definitely... That was a tough choice, but North Carolina A&T was on my list. I ended up going to Morehouse instead, and the rest is history. Shout out to the house, all my brothers. What's up, Melvin in the building? Also, Vince with the ribs this weekend. You need to go follow the Big Smooth, the #1 on Twitter, so you can see those ribs that Vince laid down at the Rib Fest. I don't eat ribs anymore. But I would say they did look delicious, scrumptious. All right, so Christmas in August. We got the NBA matchups for Christmas. Got the Boston Celtics at Toronto. I think that's going to be a good one. You get to see what Kemba Walker looks like. You get to see what Gordon Hayward looks like with a full recovery. Because he was not looking good last year. Gordon Hayward, that is. But you got Kemba going up against Toronto without Kawhi. So that's basically Kyle Lowry, and the rest of the guys on that squad. Siakam, looking for him to have a good bounce back type of year. especially with the year he had last year. I think he's gonna show what he is really truly made of. Because now people are gonna match up to you differently. They're gonna match up to you differently. It's not gonna be the same like last year. Last year you were a huge surprise. So now this year you see how he's gonna match up with some other guys. Also, we got Milwaukee Bucks at Philly. That should be a good one, a rematch. I believe they played. Did they play? They did not play in the playoffs, but that's a great Eastern Conference matchup right there. That is a great Eastern Conference matchup. So you got a lot to look forward to with that one. Also, you got the Pelicans at the Nuggets. That should be a good one. You're getting to see Lonzo Ball. You're getting to see Brandon Ingram. I would have wanted to see, though, the Pelicans versus the Lakers, because you got all those former Lakers on the Pelicans. That would have been something that I wanted to see, but hey, you can't get that. But in return, as a consolation, you're going to get the Clippers at the Lakers. That's going to be 100% worth it. 100% worth it. We get to really see that matchup. We get to really see what these two LA teams are going to look like, which I think is going to be great basketball. 100%. You get to see Kawhi, you get to see Paul George, you get to see all these guys in their new setup, their new teammates, and you get to see what you get to truly see what AD and LeBron look like together. That's definitely been something that we had a feeling was going to happen. It did end up happening. So that's definitely something to look forward to there as well. And then you got Houston Rockets at Warriors. Oh, this is going to be a good one right here. And the Rockets have the advantage now at this point. The Rockets have the advantage. Get to see what D'Angelo Russell's going to do. These Christmas matchups right here, so Christmas in August, is going to be worthwhile. 100% worthwhile. Also, shout out to Togo, team broadcasting. He came through to the Rib Fest. We got seen some photos of Vince Wright and Togo. Big L in the building. Cowboys ain't winning anything. Dak won't get top 5 QB money. I think it all rides and depends on what's going to happen this year. I think that's why the Cowboys have not fully jumped in and they have not signed the deal, because I really think they want to see what happens this year. So I'm very, very interested to see how that even goes down. They still got Zeke holding out. Zeke is not at camp. So very interesting situation going on right now in Cowboys camp. Also, there's a new $100 million man in the NBA. That is none other than Draymond Green. Draymond Green is the newest $100 million man, getting a huge contract from the Golden State Warriors. They're going to keep their own. They're going to keep this main three. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. And the main three, you guys know who I'm talking about: Draymond, Clay, and Steph. And they pretty much have these guys for the next 4 years at least. And they're going into this new arena. So you can't have, I don't think you can't go into this new arena with any issues or any problems. You have to come in there with your setup that the fans are used to you having. And you added D'Angelo Russell, which again, I'm very interested to see how that pans out, because D'Angelo Russell, comeback player of the year, going to be going on to a squad that he hasn't been on before, going to be playing with guys he hasn't played before. Also, who knows what his role is going to be. So a very interesting type of play that the Warriors are going to play going into this next year. But the Warriors with a new $100 million man in Draymond Green. I think he deserves the money. No doubt about it. I think he deserves it. And if the Warriors didn't give it, somebody else is going to give it. You know, the way the money flows, and the way this money has been flowing,